It's about the human spirit, and that at the end of the day, this man endured 12 years of something that I think would be hard for all of us to comprehend, much less coming out of it with any sense of hope or, you know, your spirit even attached. I mean, I can't imagine what I would do in that circumstance. And for him to have survived it, not only survived it, but held on to his heart and his soul and his sanity, and to be able to continue to live and to continue to fight the way that he does for the rights of people, you know, and it's also, you know, he returns home to his family and they're all grown, and it's just this, you know, wild thing about the passage of time. And I don't know, there's something about the human spirit. You sort of feel like if he can get through this, y'all better shut up about everything else that goes on in your life, just for real. Just be quiet, have a little bit of gratitude, and, you know, go about your day. Audiences should see this movie for a myriad of reasons, not the least of which it's important for us to know as a country, you know, what part of our country's history needs to be remembered and not just a sort of a chapter in an American history book. And also, there's just some extraordinary performances and some extraordinary examples of the human spirit rising above things that are unimaginable, and that I think give you a greater perspective on what's really important in life. And, you know, this movie kind of does all of that. The thing about Steve that's so extraordinary is, you know, a lot of directors spend a lot of time trying to, like, make you feel good as an actor. Steve's not like that. Steve makes you feel good by an actor by trusting you to do what he hired you to do and letting you know that that's what he hired you to do and expecting you to do it. And then when he does say something wonderful or kind or supportive or congratulatory about your work, you know it really means something. You know, we all as actors get coddled so much, and he just doesn't do that. And so it's very meaningful when he says, "You're fantastic." And you're like, he thinks I'm fantastic. I'm so excited. The greatest thing that will come out of this movie is that this story will be hopefully something that will become, people will become well versed in. And it's my hope that this becomes required reading when, you know, students get books about the history of slavery in the United States, that this becomes something that you read, because it's a very important way, I think, to make the biggest impact with this kind of stuff, is to have one face and one person's story to hold the whole thing up. You know, to be able to digest slavery in the United States, it takes volumes and volumes of books, and you hear these accounts and everything, but when you personalize it in a way, it changes the way you can hold something. It was a great help because it was a real place, and you know that there were things that went on there, and you could just feel it. And, you know, it was shrouded in all these great, beautiful trees with the Spanish moss dripping. I mean, you see it in the movie. It's such a beautiful place. That's the other thing I think Steve does so brilliantly, is you're able to juxtapose the reality of the beauty of the place with some of the terrible, terrible things that were happening on the property. It's based on a book by a man who lived it. It's certainly an accurate account of his experience during those 12 years. Absolutely. I mean, it's his personal experience. So what is colored by what, you know, we'll never know. But in terms of the accuracy of all of that, I absolutely think so.